Yeah, yeah, yeah. Welcome to Beyond the Block, everything crypto. Welcome to Beyond the Block, everything crypto.
Okay, so are you ready for this Melania Trump? Just hours before her husband's second inauguration as president, has launched her own cryptocurrency.
Wow.
Yeah, you heard that right. Melania is officially out in the wild.
It's certainly a bold move, especially with, everything else going on.
For sure. And all this is happening with Donald Trump's own cryptocurrency. Trump already out there, too.
Right.
So maybe for those who aren't, super familiar with cryptocurrency, we should quickly break it down.
Yeah, definitely.
Cryptocurrency is essentially digital money.
Yeah.
It's secured and tracked through this system called blockchain.
Right. Think of blockchain like an unbreakable digital ledger.
Exactly. And these Trump and Melania coins are basically digital tokens that people can buy, sell, and trade.
Yeah, just like stocks or other assets.
And how are these coins doing? I mean, are people actually, buying and selling them?
Well, both coins are seeing some pretty significant volatility. Their values are going up and down pretty dramatically, but the overall trend for both is upward.
Upward meaning,
Yeah.
wow. So the estimated total value of all Trump coins out there, the market cap, is around $12 billion.
That's right. And Melania, even though it just launched, is already approaching a market cap of $2 billion.
It really makes you wonder what's driving all this. I mean, Trump used to be pretty skeptical of cryptocurrency, didn't he?
He did. He even called it a scam at one point.
Yeah, look.
Well, during his 2024 campaign, we saw a complete turnaround. He embraced cryptocurrency wholeheartedly. He even became the first presidential candidate to openly accept donations in digital assets like Bitcoin.
And he also promised to make some pretty big changes to how the U.S. government interacts with crypto, right?
Yeah, things like creating a strategic Bitcoin reserve for the country and appointing regulators who are known to be friendly towards the crypto industry.
So is it fair to say that shift in policy is a major factor in the current surge we're seeing in the entire cryptocurrency market?
So Bitcoin, for example, just hit a record high of $107,000. It's almost like a stamp of approval from the U.S. government saying, we're serious about engaging with this new financial landscape.
Which brings us back to Melania launching Melania right before the inauguration.
Right.
The timing is interesting, to say the least.
It is. What is a signal about the Trump administration's stance on cryptocurrency moving forward? Could this lead to a period of deregulation and a full-blown crypto boom in the U.S.?
And what about the implications for Trump's presidency itself? Will this be seen as a savvy move, or will it spark controversy?
It's hard to say. There are strong opinions on both sides. This is definitely a development that has the potential to reshape the financial and political landscape in ways we can't even imagine.
We also have to consider how this all plays into the broader trends we're seeing with cryptocurrency. It's not just Bitcoin and these new presidential coins that are making waves. Other digital currencies like Dogecoin are also experiencing significant growth.
It seems like everyone's jumping on the crypto bandwagon these days.
So this brings us to a really important question. What are the potential risks and rewards for everyday investors who might be thinking about getting in on the action?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? On one hand, you have the potential for huge returns. I mean, look at the early investors in Bitcoin. Some of them have made life-changing amounts of money.
But on the other hand, the crypto market is so volatile. It's like the Wild West out there. Values can fluctuate wildly, and there's always the risk of scams and market manipulation.
And that risk is definitely amplified when we're talking about coins like Trump and Melania, which are essentially meme coins.
Lean coins.
Yeah, their value is driven less by underlying technology or utility and more by hype speculation and the online communities that rally around them.
So you're saying these coins are more like what we saw with the meme stocks in recent years, where online communities band together to drive up the price of certain stocks, often with little regard for the actual financial health of the company.
Exactly. It's a fascinating phenomenon that highlights the power of online communities and the way they can influence markets.
And with these presidential coins, there's an added layer of political identity and support that fuels the frenzy.
Right. It's almost like buying these coins becomes a way for people to show their allegiance to the Trumps, almost like wearing a campaign button or displaying a yard sign.
Which taps into a sense of belonging and shared identity,
Yeah.
which can be incredibly powerful motivators in politics, for sure.
Yeah.
But this also raises some ethical questions, doesn't it? I mean, should a sitting president and his wife be launching their own cryptocurrencies?
It definitely pushes the boundaries of traditional political norms,
Yeah.
and it raises concerns about conflicts of interest, transparency, and, whether political influence is being used for personal gain.
And what about market manipulation? Could the Trumps use their platform to artificially inflate the value of their coins and then sell off their holdings for a huge profit?
That's definitely a valid concern, and it's something that regulators will likely be scrutinizing very carefully. The SEC has already been cracking down on celebrities and influencers who promote cryptocurrencies without disclosing their financial interests. The rules around transparency and accountability in this space are still evolving.
It's a slippery slope for sure. And let's not forget the risks for everyday investors who might get caught up in all the hype.
Absolutely. Investing in any cryptocurrency, especially meme coins, carries inherent risks. It's crucial to do your research, understand the potential for volatility and loss, and never invest more than you can afford to lose.
So while these presidential coins might be tempting, it's important to approach this with a level head and a healthy dose of caution.
Couldn't agree more. It's essential to separate the hype from the reality and make informed decisions.
Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about some of the other developments in the crypto world that are happening alongside this whole presidential coin thing. We mentioned Dogecoin earlier, which has seen a surge in popularity thanks in part to Elon Musk.
Right. Dogecoin is a great example of how social media and celebrity influence can have a massive impact on the cryptocurrency market.
His tweets about Dogecoin have sent its price soaring, even though it was originally created as a joke.
It's really interesting.
It feels like the lines between entertainment, finance, and technology are blurring in this new digital age.
Absolutely. And it's creating both exciting opportunities and unprecedented challenges. We're seeing traditional financial institutions grapple with how to adapt to this new landscape, and regulators are scrambling to establish rules and guidelines for a market that's evolving at lightning speed.
It's definitely a wild ride. Speaking of wild rides, remember that crypto ball we mentioned earlier?
Yeah.
The one hosted by David Sachs, the incoming AI and crypto czar.
Oh, yeah. The crypto ball.
Yeah.
That was quite the event.
It brought together some of the biggest names in tech finance and politics, all eager to be a part of this emerging crypto revolution.
It did.
Felt like a symbolic moment for cryptocurrency. But it also highlighted the growing influence of these tech moguls.
And their ability to influence policy and regulations. Sachs, for example, is a close advisor to Donald Trump.
So it seems like the worlds of technology, finance, and politics are becoming more and more intertwined with cryptocurrency right at the center of it all.
That's a great point. It raises a really important question. Who gets to control this technology, and how will it be used?
Will it be a force for good, or will it just make existing inequalities worse?
We need to be talking about this as a society.
The decisions we make today will have huge consequences for the future of finance technology and maybe even democracy itself.
I totally agree. We're at a critical juncture, and it's imperative that we engage in thoughtful, informed discussions about cryptocurrency.
Okay, so we've talked about a lot here. The Trumps launching their own cryptocurrencies, the potential risks and rewards for investors, and even the bigger implications for the future of finance and technology. But let's get back to the big question. Is Melania launching Melania a good move?
That's a tough one. There's no easy answer. It really depends on how you look at it.
Well, let's start with the positives. It's definitely generated a lot of buzz and attention. And with a market cap already in the billions, it's clearly attracting investors.
From a purely financial perspective, it's a smart move. It taps into the current excitement around cryptocurrency and, leverages the Trump brand.
Right. And politically, could this be a way for Melania to connect with Trump's base, who already seem pretty into crypto?
Yeah, for sure. It creates this sense of belonging, almost like a digital membership card for Trump supporters. And that kind of loyalty can be really powerful.
But then we have to think about the potential downsides. I mean, is it really appropriate for the First Lady to be involved in something like this? Could this create conflicts of interest or, feel accusations of using her position for personal gain?
Those are valid concerns. It definitely blurs the lines, and it could lead to a lot of criticism.
And what about the impact on Donald Trump's presidency? Could this be a distraction or even a liability?
It's hard to say. It could go either way. Some voters might be turned off by it, but others might see it as innovative. It's a gamble.
This could potentially change the political landscape. I mean, could we see other politicians launching their own cryptocurrencies in the future?
It's possible. And if that happens, it raises a lot of questions about campaign finance, transparency, the role of money in politics.
It's definitely something we need to be talking about.
For sure.
So there you have it, folks. our deep dive into Melania Trump's venture into the world of cryptocurrency.
It's a story with a lot of layers, potential benefits and risks and implications that go way beyond just finance.
Like with any new technology, there's a lot we still don't know. But this is something worth paying attention to.
Absolutely.
We'll be keeping a close eye on how this all unfolds. And as always, we encourage you to do your own research. Stay informed and have these important conversations. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. If there's anything else you'd like us to explore, let us know. Until next time, keep those minds curious and stay engaged.
Everything crypto.